is Kim from Kimberz Corner and welcome to my corner of happiness. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make the looped baby blanket. I could not think of a better name, so if you have one, please let me know in the comments below. To start, you'll grab your 6mm crochet hook, some worsted weight yarn. You'll need approximately 1,500 yards or 880 grams. Then you'll make your slip knot and chain 120. I will be following along with the written instructions that are posted on my blog, which I have linked in the description below. This blanket is made up of half double crochets as well as the chain link stitch, which I have found from Melissa Leapman's Indispensable Stitch Dictionary for Crocheters. I have linked her book through Amazon in the description below. The tension of this stitch can get tricky at times, so with a little patient practice, they will become effortless in no time. Once you have finished your 120 chains, we're going to work half double crochet into the first 4 chains, skipping the chain closest to the hook. I'll be working in the bumps of the chain instead of the top loop of the V because I think it creates a more finished look. However, there is a border on this blanket, so it truly does not matter where you place your stitches. So once more, we're skipping the first chain on the hook and placing a half double crochet in the first 4 chains. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now from here, we'll start our repeat that we will be repeating throughout the row. So we're going to start by chaining 10. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we're going to link the 10th chain with the first chain that we made by making a slip stitch in the back loop of that first chain that we made right here. So what I do is I'll turn my work around to show the wrong side, then I'll find that back loop of the first chain, insert my hook, make a slip stitch, then turn my work back around. From here, we will skip the very next chain and half double crochet into the next 4 chains. That's 3 and 4. So that chain 10, combine with the slip stitch, skip a chain, and half double crochet in the next 4 chains. That counts as 1 repeat. We will do this 3 more times. So we'll chain 10. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We will join with a slip stitch in the back loop of that first chain. So I'll turn, find that back loop, insert my hook, make a slip stitch, and my work turns back around. We'll skip this next chain and half double crochet in the next 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. That was the second time for the repeat. We'll do it a third time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then we will find the back loop, slip stitch through the back loop, skip the next chain, and half double crochet into the next 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll do this repeat one more time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Slip stitch through the back loop of the first chain. Then we'll skip the next chain and half double crochet into the next 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that completes the first little segment of row 1. From here, we will half double crochet into the next 10 stitches. So 1, 2, 9, and 10. And we should have 14 stitches, so the 4 that were in the last part of the repeat plus the 10 we just did. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Now we will repeat the chain 10, slip stitch, skip a stitch, and 4 half double crochet 4 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Find that back loop, make a slip stitch, skip the next chain, and 4 half double crochet into the next. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. That was one time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chains. Twist the work, find that back loop of the first chain, and slip stitch through there. Skip one chain, then half double crochet in the next 4 chains. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. That was twice. So I'm going to do it 2 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Twist your work. Find that back loop of that first chain. Slip stitch through it. Turn the work back to front. Skip the next chain and half double crochet into the 4 after that. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll do that repeat one more time. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slip stitch through the back loop of the first chain, skip the next chain, and half double crochet into the next 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there's our second segment or second row of chains that we started. So from here, we will half double crochet in the next 15 chains. There's 1, 2, 14, and 15. Now in this part, you should have 19 stitches, so including the 4 from your last repeat and the 15 you just made should equal 19. Now from here, we will repeat the chain 10, skip a stitch while you're slip stitching through the back loop, and then 4 half double crochet into the next 4. We'll repeat that same segment 4 times. Then we will half double crochet in the next 10 chains and repeat that again 4 more times. Once you have completed row 1, we will chain 1 and turn our work. So rows 2 and 3 will make up the repeat throughout the pattern. Row 2, you will start by placing a half double crochet in the first 4 stitches. That's 2, 3. Don't let this fool you. This right here, that is a stitch. That's where you will place your 4th stitch. So 4, you'll go through the 2 loops on the top and leave 1 loop on the bottom for your 4th stitch. Now here starts another segment repeat. So we will triple crochet into the skipped chain, or if you're working on row 4 or so on, you'll work into the triple crochet from the row below, and you'll see when we get to row 4. So for now, we're just going to work into that chain that we skipped from the foundation chain, triple crochet there, and then half double crochet in the next 4. So make a triple crochet into that skipped chain. If I can get my hook in there. There we go. Not through the whole thing. There we go. It helps if I tuck the loop back with my other fingers. And we'll just make the triple crochet. And from here, again, we'll half double crochet in the next 4. Now don't let this fool you either. This right here, that is not a stitch. Our first stitch is right here. Not right there, right here. This was the chain 1, the first chain from the 10 chains that we did and where we made our slip stitch with. That's why it looks stretched like that, because that's where we made our slip stitch. So don't place your first stitch there, place your first stitch right here. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, got a bunch of my hooks over there. And this is our 4th stitch. 4. So that was the first, that was the repeat. So the triple crochet into the row below, then make your 4 half double crochets. We'll repeat that 3 more times to account for the 3 empty spaces that we have from row 1. So make a triple crochet into the row below. I like to tuck the loop back with my other fingers. Oops, and make a triple crochet. Then we will make 4 half double crochets in the next 4 stitches. Then repeat it again. So make a triple crochet. And place a half double crochet in the next 4. 2, 3, and 4. And one more time, we'll place a half triple crochet to the row below and place half double crochet in the next 4 stitches. And this is what the wrong side of your pattern will look like. Now from here, we'll half double crochet in the next 10 stitches. So 1, 2, 9, and 10. And we will start that repeat of the triple crochet to the row below, half double crochet in the next 4 times. So we're basically doing that for each little hole that we have through row 1. So make your triple crochet and half double crochet in the next 4, remembering to keep in mind which stitches are actually the stitches and not the chains from the chain 10. So make a triple crochet into the chain space from the row below. And I'd like to show you one more time. This right here, that's not your first stitch. That is not your first stitch. Your first stitch is right here, right next to it. So there's 1, 2, 3, and your 4th stitch is right there. 4. Okay, make your triple crochet. It's the second row that's the most trickiest. Once you get to row 4 and on, it will be easier. Okay, 1, 2, 3 for a triple crochet, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we'll repeat that one more time, this last little hole we've got right here. I can get that in there. Okay, then half double crochet in the next 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And you might have guessed it, we're going to half double crochet in the next 15 stitches. And then here we will repeat that again, do the triple, half double crochet in the next 4 up until for 4 times. So you'll have 4 half double crochets right here, and then you'll half double crochet in the next 10 and repeat that segment again until the end of row 2. After row 2 is completed, you will chain 1 and turn. Row 3 is very similar to row 1. I would say the only big difference is that we are not going to be adding a slip stitch in between our first chain and the 10th chain of the loops we're making. We're just going to leave them be. The reason that we slip stitch on the first row between our chains is to create that closed look at the bottom of them. So to start off, we're going to half double crochet in the first 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here's where the repeat begins. Like I said, very similar to row 1. So we'll chain 10, skip the next stitch. In this case, and through the rest of the blanket, we're going to be skipping that the stitch that made up the triple crochet from row 2. And then we will half double crochet in the next 4. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now here's where my tension gets a little tricky. So we're going to skip this stitch that's right here and a yarn over, and I place my finger on my hook to keep that there. Then we'll skip the triple crochet and insert my hook into the next stitch. Now I've been told I yarn under, so I suppose I do. I yarn under, or if you yarn over, then do that. And then I will release my finger from the 3 loops. I will pinch the chain with my other fingers of my tension hand and yarn over and pull through all 3 stitches. And that is the best way that I have found to keep my tension pretty the same as my other stitches throughout. So that was the first repeat. Now, just to satisfy your curiosity, how these loops link together, like the chain link, you will take the loop that's above the bottom, because you'll start down here, and you'll place it through the lower loop and pull up, just like that. And I'll show you one more time. You'll take the upper loop, you'll place it through your first loop and pull up. If there was a loop here, you'd put that loop through this one and pull up. And that's how they link all the way up the blanket. So to refresh, we've just finished that first little repeat. We're going to go into our second. So we'll chain 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then I'll yarn over, press my finger so I don't lose that tension. I will skip this stitch because that makes up the triple crochet from the row below. Go into the next one and yarn under or yarn over. Pinch the chain that I just made or the loop with my other fingers and pull through the 3 loops. And then I'll make the next 3 half double crochet for the 4 double crochet in the repeat. It's very simple from here. because that repeat of making the loops as well as the triple crochet from the back, they really just stack on top of each other. So from here, it's very mindless on where you put your stitches. You just have to pay attention to which stitches you're skipping and which stitches you're making your triple crochet into the row below. So from here, this was our triple crochet, so we're skipping this one. We will chain 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I place my finger there to keep my tension. I'll skip that triple crochet and then make sure I'm pinching my chain and complete the first half double crochet and finish out my 4 from that repeat. Then I'll chain 10 again, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Place my finger to hold my tension. Then I will find my next stitch and pinch the chain with my other fingers and pull through that first of the 4 half double crochet. And then you've guessed it again, from here the blanket is really simple. That repeat, you're going to be repeating over every section of the loops you have. So after you finish the 4 double crochet in that first segment, you'll crochet half double crochet 10, then you'll repeat that segment with the loops 4 times. You should be about here. Then you'll half double crochet in the next 15. Then you'll repeat that segment 4 more times. And then you'll half double crochet in the next 10 and repeat that segment 4 more times until the end of your row. And that completes row 3. And of course, at the end of row 3, you will chain 1 and turn your work. Row 4 is exactly the same as row 2, since row 2 and 3 make up the repeat. So rows 4 through 100, you will repeat rows 2 and 3. So we'll start by making our 4 half double crochet. Then into the triple crochet from row 2, you will make a triple crochet in that same place. And again, I like to tuck the loop with my other fingers. And again, we run into the same situation. This is not your stitch. This right here is your stitch. So we'll place our first of the 4 in there. 2, 3, and this is your 4th stitch. So this is your last chain, but this is your 4th stitch. 4. Tuck the loop away and make your triple crochet. Then once more, this is not your first stitch. This is. That's your first chain. So half double crochet into that first spot and into the next 4, the next 3 after that first one. And this is your 4th stitch. And so on to the end of the row. Like I said, from here it's very easy. So literally the only thing you have to worry about is placing a triple crochet in between your loop and on top of your previous triple crochet. So you'll place your next one right here, and there, and there, and there, all the way to the end of the row. Then you'll repeat row 3 and your 100th row will be this row right here, will be your repeat of row 2. So once you have done rows 4 through 100, you will end on the repeat of row 2. So make sure that you've got 100 rows and you've stopped here. So you haven't made row 101, does not have a loop in it. So after you finish that, if you haven't been looping them in as you go along, go ahead and combine all your loops. Now you can do this now or after row 101, but I really just wanted to show you again because it's super satisfying to link all of these together. Just as a reminder, you'll link the one above through the one below, and link the one above that through that one, and pull up just like that. And you'll do that for each of the 4 sections all the way up. Alrighty, now on to row 101, and it's very simple. Row 101 is you're just going to half double crochet in each stitch across through all of them. There's no counting, you're just half double crocheting in every stitch across. Once you have finished row 101 with a half double crochet in every stitch along, of course you'll chain 1 and turn. And now we're on the final row of the blanket before we start the border. Now we'll do a little bit of counting, but these stripes that you have going up your blanket will help you a lot if you're just, mindlessly crocheting, watching TV. So you'll half double crochet in the first 4 stitches. That was 3, 4. And then on the one that you can kind of see the one that sits right next to it, just like as down the row it sits just before the ending. You're going to take your top loop and pull it up, and you're going to half double crochet through the stitch and through your top loop. Just make a half double crochet. And this is why you need to link your loops before you do row 102, because it secures them all together nicely. Then you'll half double crochet in the next 4, 2, 3, 4, and pull up your top loop. Make a half double crochet through the stitch and through the loop, and pull through. Then in the next 4, then make sure you pull up your loop, half double crochet through the stitch and through the loop. Then one last time for that repeat. So row 102, the repeat is to crochet through the stitch and the top loop, and then half double crochet in the next 4. And then, as you've guessed it, the standard, then in the next 10, then repeat 4 times, then in the next 15 stitches, then repeat 4 times, then in the next 10 stitches, and repeat 4 times, and you're at the end. And let me just show you what the front looks like. So your blanket is obviously a lot bigger than mine, but with the closed at the bottom and it's closed at the top, nice fastened in there, it just looks really nice and uniform. And once you've finished row 102, we will get to the border. All right. For the single crochet border, there will be 3 rounds of single crochet around the blanket. Do not fasten off. you'll just chain 1 and turn, and you'll single crochet in each stitch across the top. In the very last stitch, you'll place 1 single crochet, a chain 1, and another single crochet, and that's your turn. Now you'll crochet evenly along on the side, and I found it's easiest if you try to place your single crochet in the same spot each time. So I went through one stitch and through the same spot on the other stitch, and that gives me, or rows, I'm sorry, and that gives me a really even space. So right here, I'm going to count my last stitch of the row as in the starting of my chain. So I'm going to place 1 single crochet, and I'll actually work over that end to work it in. I'll place 1 single crochet, a chain 1, and another single crochet. And then single crochet in each stitch along the bottom as well. Right, and on my last stitch, again, doing 1 single crochet, chain 1, and another single crochet. I can probably explain crochet evenly along better, so I'm going to crochet 1 space for every row for my single crochet. So for right here, I'm going to go, for that row, I'm going to go in right there. For this row, I'm going to work in between the clump of strands I've got going on there. Then I'll probably work on in that hole and the clump, and then the next little hole, and the clump, then the next little hole. Then from here, we're back to where we started. So for in here, I'm going to place 1 single crochet, chain 1, and 1 single crochet, and then I'm going to slip stitch with the first stitch that I made of that row 1. So right here, slip stitch. Then I'll chain 1 and turn, and I'll place my single crochet in the same spot that I made my slip stitch, and then I'll crochet up until that chain 1 space, and inside our chain 1 space I'm going to place a single crochet, chain 1, and single crochet, and then I'm going to single crochet down the stitches that I made on the side, and then in the chain 1 space I'm going to place a single crochet, chain 1, and a single crochet, then turn, and do that for every corner until I get back here, and we'll repeat the same for the 3rd row. Right, I finished my last corner, so the single crochet, chain 1, and single crochet, and then single crochet up until where we started, and we'll slip stitch to that first one, then chain 1, cut your yarn, and pull through, and then don't forget to weave in all your ends. That's what it looks like with the 3 rounds of the border. I think it looks really nice.